Hey, how are you? I'm sorry, I literally said it would take me 15 minutes and it took me almost an hour to set up the live stream. But I'm so glad that you are here. Welcome. Initially, I thought that I would just do some painting, and that is you can see my whole setup is such a mess, but that is my plan. But beforehand, I thought that, you know what, rather than waiting to record like a fully edited video highlighting the different supplies that I've bought, I would just share that during this live stream, because there's so many supplies that I have wanted to share with you that are still in boxes or in my special cupboard awaiting that magical video, and it hasn't happened. So I'm just going to like swatch these so that I can use them and know that I've done it, and that is that. But yeah, welcome, and special thank you to like Astroglio who helped me do the co-working session that we did earlier, and it was so much fun. That is indeed a watercolorist. Yeah, it was just so much fun having a co-working session. So I'm going to be doing another one tomorrow, because I got more done than I would have done without it. So if you are interested, I've left the link in the description. It will just be the way that we did it, which I think worked quite well for me anyway, was that we'd have maybe 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes of doing work, whatever we set out to do. And in that time, everyone else is muted. I play my music, and then once that time is up, we have like 10 minutes to like chat, chill, relax a little bit, and then we do it again. And the other thing that was really helpful to do was like making a note of what you want to do in that time, so that then in the 10 minutes we can kind of ask you how it went. And it just held me so accountable, and it was a lot of fun. And also I just really I just enjoyed it, like listening to music and actually getting stuff done and knowing that I actually have to get stuff done. So yeah, I'll do another one tomorrow. Part of the reason, like after that finished, I started listening to some gospel music as well. So tomorrow I'm probably going to do one with my gospel playlist, and then we'll see where it goes. It's certainly been a lot of fun. So who knows, it may be something that I do regularly. Hey Joe, hey April, Astroglio, a watercolorist. Welcome all, Catherine. Cool, so let me get started. I'll do this for you. I find it more helpful. Sorry, my chair is creaking so much, and not only that, 2 screws have fallen out of it, but I don't know where from, so I'm just ignoring it for now and hoping it doesn't break. I did buy, I guess we start with these, the main things, la creme de la creme, the drawing pencils. I initially wanted to buy like a big set, but it wasn't quite in my budget, and also I thought that it would be good to just start off with colors that I'm most likely to use, and then if I use these, if I feel like they are essentials, then I can get some more. I do have 14 of the colors already, and I know that they have quite nice natural looking colors, but I decided to go for the slightly brighter colors based on some of the swatches that I had seen. So let's start off with that. Well, let me just say it, and then I'll just tell you what I got. I got the half sticks of the soft pastels that are the autumn mini set. I may have shown you this before. I also got some gouache. All of them bar this one I have. So I got the permanent white in a big tube, because I just run through it so quickly and I'd actually finished it. I just had the zinc white, which I don't like as much, but I will use because I still have. I got the Prussian blue, which I have a love-hate relationship with, but I do love it, so I still get it. I got the Quin Magenta, which is a really lovely pink. Lemon Yellow, which again is a color that I use, and it's almost all of them are in this Stay Wet palette. Linden Green was my new addition. I was just curious to try it. I know that quite a few people have mentioned it. I also wanted to try Chromium Green, but again, it wasn't in the budget, and I figured I would just replace what I know I like, and just try out one new color. I also got Rose Pale Blush and Naples Yellow, and both of these, like I said, are in my Stay Wet palette, so it's kind of just replacing the colors, because this is what they're looking like at the moment. And I'm still keeping them because I'm like, oh, until I do the crinkle thing, I assume that there is still some paint in here, so I will use them. But in the meantime, given that they were on sale, I got them. And that's the other thing, the early Black Friday sale has started, so I've put a link to it in the description just in case you are interested. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If I don't answer, it's because I haven't seen it. It's getting, part of me is like, oh, my font is small, but also I think I need to go and get my eyes checked again. This first color that I got is light ochre. I was wondering how to swatch them. Let me, want to make sure that you can see. So this first color here is light ochre. Was I inspired by coastal scenes when I got this? Maybe. I did also get another special pencil, which I'll show you in a second, is this one. The Holbein watercolor pencil. Again, I was like, okay, I can't buy the whole thing, can't buy a set. Let me just buy one color that may be fun. And so I opted for Opera. The least light fast color I could possibly get. So, oh, should probably label these, but this is Apricot. Some of these may be new, some of them are not. I went through the colors more so getting what I need as opposed to whether they were new or not. Does that make sense? This color is Sunflower. For me, the thing that I like about Derwent drawing is how they feel. But another part of the reason why I didn't get the, you know, like the set or get more is that I do also have a lot of pencils that I really enjoy how they feel and how they behave. And so I was trying to abide by the, you know, the want, like crave the urge while also not going over the top and somewhat being reasonable. So this color, I should have maybe done it down below, we'll see. This color is Ash Rose. This one is Roja. Don't know if you can see. I think that's how you say it. Can you see? Actually, before I do that one, let me do this one, which is Heather. This was one that I really wanted to get, actually. Initially, I was going to get only like 5 or so colors, and Heather was top of that list. And then we'll do Roja. I assume is Roja, whoops. Like this. I'll do it across here. I'll do it here. Dedicate this whole page to this art haul. I've almost finished this sketchbook. And you know, I like to leave the front pages empty, so I'm going back to the front of the page to complete the sketchbook. Okay, looking at this, I didn't need to get both of these. So that's good to know. This one is Burnt Rose. They're pretty, but they're quite similar. So one would do. Hey, Derwood. Oh, what colours did you get, Catherine? And hey, Boston and Lynn. Oh, so many friendly faces. Yay. No, you haven't missed much, Janine. We're literally just starting. I'm just swatching out some of the new art supplies that I got. So that was Burnt Rose. And like I said, Burnt Rose and Roja are quite similar. So one does not need both. Then what do we have here? Grape. This is another one that I wanted to get come what may. Like a nice deep dark purple. It almost looks a bit warmer on camera than it does in real life, so we will have a top-down view as well, so you can see them in both. This one is Delft Blue. And then let's do some of the lighter colors. This is Distant Green. This I liked. It's not quite the same as like Jade Green, but I quite like Jade Green in Neocolor 2, so I got a similar color. Light Moss. These colors kind of just remind me of spring, but also water, so maybe they'll come in handy. Moss Green. Didn't? This one was light moss green. Light moss, my bad. This is nice. A nice natural green. Then we have Fresh Green. And Rainforest. The only ones that I'm like, I didn't need is one of these two. I don't even know which one I prefer. I think maybe I prefer Pietra, but both OTT. There we go. Can you see? I'll just label them so that I know. I always think I will remember. And then if you have been here long enough to remember when I was looking for my Mona Omrani set, you'll realize that actually I don't remember. And leaving them unlabeled is not a good idea. So light ochre, apricot, sunflower, then ash rose, then heather, I want to say, but let me just double check. Yep, heather. And Rioja. And then burnt rose. Grape. Delft blue. Distant green. Light moss. Moss green. Fresh green. And rainforest. So these are the Derwent drawing pencils. Then let me just check. Distant green is one of my favorites. I just ordered the very subdued colors. 20 of them. I'm not judging, honestly. I was like, I'll just buy 5, and look how many I got in the end. 14. So it's not just you. Yeah, Janine. So I noticed. So I asked Derwent about that as well, because I was confused, and to be honest, I'm still confused despite the response. I was confused as to whether the pencil formulations are different and thus the ratings have dropped because they're different materials, or whether the testing has got better and thus these are the most up-to-date ratings. Does that make sense? Like, I wanted to know if you bought one of the old ones from, because the changes in light fastness isn't just the new colors, it's also some of the old colors that they had. So I just wanted to know whether it's a case of the old pencils are more light fast and the new ones are not, or whether they are the same light fastness, it's just that the testing has got better and now they know. After asking, I honestly don't know if it's better to get the old pencils versus the new ones. Yeah, I still don't know, but I know that some have dropped to like 5, 6. Yeah, 6 is good enough. 6 is fine. I think again it depends on what you're doing with the artwork, how you're storing it. If you're putting it like, if you're by the equator and you're putting it under direct sunlight, then even if you have the most light fast of materials, they will still fade. If however you're storing it away from direct sunlight, then it will be okay. 6 would be fine. I think 5 maybe is where it starts getting a little bit challenging. Hey FK. No worries, and have a wonderful day. 8 a.m. where you are. Have a wonderful day. No worries at all. Astroglio, I love it. Still staying productive even after our session. This next color, I got one of the Holbein watercolor pencils. I don't really use watercolor pencils, so I kind of had no business looking at this anyway, but I was curious, in part because it's new, in other part because it's nice and bright. I think it's opera. Yeah. Didn't make it up. It says opera on the back. So as you can see by me buying the most fugitive color known to man, I'm quite relaxed about light fastness. As long as I know, that's my thing. As long as I know, then I can get what I want. I don't want to think I'm getting something light fast and then have it fade, but if I know that it's going to fade, then I can act accordingly. Just checking to see if it reactivates like completely, which it does. And as one would expect, it's a pretty color. It's not as bright as like a watercolor opera. Maybe if I did layer upon layer upon layer, it would be, but it's okay. It's a pretty pink. Can you see? So you can kind of, in the camera actually, you can kind of see where I did the drawing, but also it dissolved really well. I wonder if I kept working at it, if it would dissolve even better. Whoops. Oh no, I've picked away the color. See, this is why you need to leave things alone. I'll do another one here. It's a little bit scratchy. But actually, yeah, when I did more pencil marks, it's understandably more vibrant than before. And I won't pick it all up with my thirsty brush this time. But yeah, it's a bit scratchy, but it's a nice color and it reactivated well, so I can't really complain. I wanted something that I can use in mixed media. Like I just wanted a bright pink, basically. I haven't used Albrecht-Dürer, you know. Yes, I would say that the watercolor has more tinting strength than the watercolor pencil. Yeah, should be fun to pair with. That's a very good point with my Holbein palette. Opera was one of like my most used Holbein colors actually. I did a whole video when I got the Holbein palette and painted in Opera. This is this. Whoopsie. I actually got it a little while back and put it to the side, and then I saw it go on sale and I was like, oh, maybe I should get a second set. And again, I had to be like, look, I ain't even used the first set yet. Control yourself. Ooh. I still don't quite like the feeling of soft pastels. I like the way they look, I like what they do, but I don't like the feeling, and it takes everything in me not to get gloves while I use these, which I do if I know that I'm going to just be doing a whole bunch of you know, soft pastel work. Then I will just get gloves, and you know, we listen and we don't judge, so so I know you understand. I just don't like my hands getting all messy. I hate the feeling of it. But these are not scratchy. If they were, there would be no hope. I wouldn't do it. That looks like coffee. Now, in theory, you don't even need to swatch soft pastels because the color... Do you see? The color that they are is the color that lays down. It's not like watercolor where there's going to be like a drying shift. But for the sake of the stream and future me looking back to see what colors I got, I will swatch. These are beautifully autumnal. The one thing I wish was here is like a really nice plum purple. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that would make it perfect. But this is not bad at all. I'm glad I got it. I wanted it for ages and it was sold out. And then finally it came. There is, because you can also get them open stock, they do have names. So this is additional 16. I don't even the names are not the most exciting, but they're there. Additional 16 and Red Earth 11, Brown Earth 23, Brown Earth 6, Yellow 2, YGE 12, I have no idea what that means, Green 14, and Dark 7. Oh, this is Holbein pencil Opera. Now, I feel like there are a few things that these, you know, pastel artists kept secret from us. Yeah, they really do need more inspiring color names. They're literally like, they're worse than mine. You remember when I made my own palette, I was like Sketches blue, Sketches yellows, well not yellow, Sketches blue, Sketches purple, Sketches grey. At least I tried. These are literally like yellow 14, Red Earth 11, which means there's probably Red Earth 1 through 10. And I know it's dependent on whether it's a tint or something else. But here's a couple of things. Again, I don't like this, but don't say I don't do anything for you. 1, smudge. Which is nice. I think we get the point. This one has a lot of powder, so let me... Yeah, you see. This has loads. I don't want it to go to waste. I need to finish this painting here. So let me just clean my fingers on here. Anyway, but also what, you know, pastel artists didn't tell us is that they reactivate. Look at that. Super pigmented. I don't think all do, but Unison do. And they make beautiful colors. That almost looks like a... Look, can you see? Yes, I know. I know. I literally feel like I don't know why. It feels to me like it's a secret that they know and none of us knew. And they're like, oh no, the watercolorists are just going to use up all our supplies. But yeah, look at these bad boys. Yes, yes. As in like standard. It's literally something that I think for soft pastel artists, this is so like known and normal that they just don't mention it. It's like we wouldn't go around saying watercolor is water soluble because in our heads it's like obviously. But yeah, I had no idea until the longest time. And now that I know, I'm letting you in on the secret. You knew? I did not know this. And as you can see, they are very, very pigmented. Not bad. Then, what else? Part of the, you know, my struggle with my camera continues. Let's go to top view. Yeah, I quite like the set. Then, okay, what else did I get? A lot of these, so these I got more recently, like as in this week. But I have them in here, so I don't think it's necessary. But then again, you don't know what I have. So I'll swatch them for you. Also, my yellow is so not yellow in my palette. Like obviously I can clean it to get it more yellow. But in the interest of time, I'll just do swatches here. Oh, no, not on my watch. Gouache has got so much more expensive recently, so have to use it wisely. Especially, yeah, the Queen Magenta is series 3, and I don't know if you remember when I did like all my gouache and I swatched it out so I could see what colors are worth getting that are more expensive versus less expensive, so on and so forth. In the end, I just decided that I like the color of Queen Magenta, and most of the reds are not light fast in the Winsor and Newton. A lot of the yellows are. Brush wise, oh yeah, I got a new brush as well, so I can show you that. With gouache, I like to use a stiffer brush. So normally I would just use like a acrylic brush or something like that. But the Princeton Aqua Elites are stiffer watercolor brushes, so they will do. So this here is lemon yellow. Then linden green, which is the new, linden green, which is new to me. It's yellow, it's very, very, very yellow leaning. What does it have inside? Linden green is PY74, PY3, and PG17. It's nice. I don't know if it's one I'll get again. I think it's okay. But I wouldn't use it in place of my yellows, and I wouldn't use it as a green. I'd only use it in mixes, which has me thinking that actually I don't need it. But we'll see. Maybe it'll become a staple favorite. This is Pale Rose Blush. Then this is Naples Yellow. A lovely color. Quin Magenta. Again, I love this color. And the color that I love and keeps not quite loving me back, oh no, is Prussian Blue. The reason that I mean, I love the color and I love the mixes. It's just that it crumbles. Just crumbles to pieces in my Stay Wet palette. So I have all these colors in here. And I added a few extra ones as well. I added Daniel Smith's Sap Green, Daniel Smith's Prussian Blue to see if it would crack less. And it does crack less. Can you see? It does crack less than the Winsor & Newton, because this is the thing that irritates me with Winsor & Newton. If it were to just like crack and stay in the well, fine, but it's like bitty. So when I add water and I try and paint with it, sometimes like it's almost like dust, but it's gouache dust that won't dissolve, ends up going on my painting, whereas the Winsor & Newton has worked better. So really and truly I should stop buying the Winsor & Newton and just buy the Daniel Smith version. And yeah, I can quickly show you the colors that I have. So I put 2 whites in here because I think, yeah, I put 2 whites in here because I keep getting my whites dirty, understandably. And initially I had one that was zinc white, which is less tinting, so it's nice for mixing. It doesn't quite overpower the colors. But it's not quite as bright, so if I want to do highlights and I use zinc white, then it kind of fades into the background, looks a little bit grayish or just whatever the color underneath it is. So that's why I had 2 of them, but I had finished my permanent white. Here in the yellow, this yellow technically isn't a legit yellow because I have primary yellow on one side and lemon yellow on the other, because I concluded that I don't care as long as it's a yellow. It's fine. So when I have them next to each other, I can't really fully tell the difference. But if you maybe look at, this is pure lemon yellow, so you can see that this isn't quite the same as that, and that's just because I have 2 of them in there. Yes, that's the beauty of gouache. The Quin Magenta is so intense. This is the Naples Yellow, which I told you. Then the primary yellow, is it primary yellow? Primary yellow deep, something like that. It's the one that comes in the set. So initially I was like, oh, I don't use this, I don't need it in my palette. But when my palette that doesn't have it, I actually miss it. So I created this one and added it again. I think I have 4 of these palettes now. I have a Winsor & Newton one, a Daniel Smith one. This one is a mixture of brands. Don't know why I took it upon myself to swatch these out. This is again another mix. As you can tell, I don't know, I'll just watch it out for fun, but yeah, I double dip and I mix a lot, and so none of my colors are actually truly pure in this set. Like this is Quin Magenta, but this is the pure Quin Magenta. This one has a hint of Prussian blue from all the mixing that I am doing. This one I need to check. I think it's Quin Rose, which is also really nice and bright. But oddly enough, I keep using the Quin Magenta more, so I didn't get more Quin Rose. This is another one that just keeps crumbling, but it's so nice and so helpful, and that's Burnt Umber. On its own, it's lackluster, I admit, but in paintings and in mixes, it's nice. If, for example, I'll show you later. All these random tangents I have. And sorry, if you've asked a question and I missed it, please let me know. Yeah, Linden Green, it's nice. It's not bad, but I don't... It's very similar to yellow. For me, it's like a cooler yellow. And... I prefer to just have yellow. I don't know what I was expecting. I just heard a lot of good things about it, and so I got it. But to me, like when I look at, like when you look at this and you look at this, doesn't it look very similar? My dirty mix yellow looks like Linden Green. Or this color. So this was Pale Rose Blush. This color is Phthalo Turquoise by Daniel Smith. Beautiful and bright. Then this color, hold on, let me actually get it properly, is Moon Glow. I was honestly just curious to see how can gouache granulate and what is this color gonna look like. And again, it's a really nice, beautiful dark color. This is Cobalt Turquoise Light, one of my must-have go-tos in my gouache palettes, which is upsetting because it's expensive. It's a beautiful color, but it's expensive. Oh, good. I'm glad, because I'm literally like, why am I doing all this swatching? But I thought it would be fun to see. It's nice to see new things, but it's also very nice and satisfying to see used things, I think. This color here is Daniel Smith's Sap Green. And initially I wasn't going to get it because, like I say, I like mixing my own greens, but it is a nice green. Then here is my this is Primary Blue, which I don't usually use that much, if I'm being completely honest. I've got some white in it, so I'm trying to clean it before I swatch it out for you. Yeah, I wasn't using it that much, but without it, I realized that this would be my sky color, which doesn't feel like the most accurate sky color, and so I tend to have it in my palettes, but I tend to use it a little bit because I only really reserve it for skies. But you can see it's a nice pretty color. Again, by Daniel Smith. Sorry, this one's by Winsor & Newton. And then we have the two Prussian blues. So I'm just trying to make sure that it's clean. This one is Daniel Smith's Prussian blue. And then, any second now, this is Winsor & Newton's Prussian Blue. Just, it's so annoying. Can you see this? If I tip it out, I won't, because it's still usable. It's just annoying. It's not, don't judge it like this. It's because it hasn't reactivated. Do you see what I mean? Maybe I'll just take it out of the tube. Yeah, we saw it up here, but this is this grind is why I keep searching, but this color is why I keep using it. So just look at, so sometimes you'll paint and then you'll get like these blocks, and I'm like, which are like scratchy. So I mean, if you have a palette, a what am I saying? If you have a Winsor & Newton palette and this has happened, what you can do is add water and let it soak in water and then reactivate it. If you're really that pressed, you can also add like either blending medium or gum arabic and reactivate it. If like me right now you can't be bothered, then you just go straight for the tube. But yeah, can you see, like, the color is so beautiful, but how can I deal with that rubbish all the time? And these are the colors. And Moonglow does granulate, you see, which is weird because it's gouache. But I wanted to show you, so the hues are similar. I'm talking about the, you know, Prussian blue. They are kind of similar. So maybe, yeah, I feel like they are similar, but I kind of, the Winsor & Newton one almost looks like it has a hint of like phthalo blue. It just looks a little bit brighter. So I still prefer it. The other thing that I could do is carry a tube of Prussian blue if I'm that pressed, and then just squeeze it out freshly all the time. You like their sap green? I'm just catching up on the comments. Wildflower, hey, I like their sap green, but I really love their undersea green. They are beautiful. The sky color by Winsor & Newton that I use is primary blue. It's one of the, it's not even that I picked it, it's just one of the colors that, you know, comes in the set of 10. So it's that. It's a helpful color. That's why a lot of the time it will have white on top of it. Creative, this palette destroys your brush. Yeah, well, it depends. If the palette is used correctly, so if I were to let my colors actually stay wet, then it's fine for my brush, especially as I don't usually use a watercolor brush. I use an acrylic brush. If, however, the colors are dry, then yeah, it's definitely hard on your brush, which is why I wouldn't use your fancy or your nice brushes on it, and that's why I switched from my black velvet to my other brush. I like the palette. It helps me paint more, and it's a stay wet travel palette, although I still use it in the studio. Yeah, I like it because my gouache normally stays wet in it and I can take it on the go. That's why I use it. And then Tamagotchis. I honestly used to love Tamagotchis so much. Yeah, I know you don't have to keep them wet, but I want to. I don't like dry gouache more times than not. So even with this, some of the colors are still wet like this. They're still wet and they're nice to reactivate. The reason that I let them dry out is when I know that I'm not going to be using them for a long time and I don't want to risk getting mold or anything like that. And I know that gouache reactivates, and I know that people like dry gouache palettes and they will say it reactivates to the same standard. I would argue that's not true and that actually fresh out of the tube will be more pigmented and more opaque than if you reactivated it like this, like if you have dry pans and you're reactivating it. If you want to use it that way, that's completely fine. But for me, the best way to use it is fresh, and thus I use Stay Wet palettes. You have internet friends who have sourdough. Oh my gosh. I remember when it was all the craze with the sourdough. Thankfully I'm not much of a baker, so I never got into it. I also got a few Neocolor 2s, which, let's swatch them out here. I feel like you can see my go-to color palette. So this is lemon yellow. This is golden ochre. And then this is olive green. And this is my beloved jade green. And then I will, if I do a small swatch here, and then reactivate the others. Yeah, no, me too. I knew that I wouldn't, no. I knew I wouldn't break. But I remember like loads of people take it it seems like quite a dedicated thing to do. This is the lemon yellow. I'm just reactivating them so that we can see what they look like. This is the ochre. A strong girl. And then olive. So, what am I missing? Yeah, April, likewise, I've never had gouache re-wet and be the same as from the tube. Me either, which is why, where possible, I try to leave it wet. If I like add water or blending medium to this, let it soak, twist it, like I can get it back to the consistency, so that's fine. But as in like, where is one? This is rock hard, right? If I try to just, I'm painting and I'm dipping my brush and I'm trying to get this rock hard one just with the brush alone, it's not the same. It will get opaque. It will be more opaque than watercolor, but it's just not the same. But, hey, Ambi Fleur, you haven't missed, well, you've missed a little bit. I just swatched out some of the new supplies that I've bought. So I've bought, these are the Derwent, drawing pencils. This is the Holbein Opera Pink watercolor pencil. These are the Unison soft pastels. These are the new gouache, Winsor & Newton gouache that I got, and this is my existing Winsor & Newton / Daniel Smith gouache set. And then I got some Neocolor 2s, and then the last couple of things that I got, actually, this is the Neo Art Ultramarine. And I want to say malachite. Yeah, light malachite. Is it light malachite? Yeah, light malachite green. And yellow. What yellow are you? Lemon yellow. So these ones don't reactivate with water. And then the other thing is this. So quite a few people have asked me about this, which is the brush that I normally use. And it is the Pan Art size 16 round pointed premium mop brush. So I really like it because although it's a mop brush, it has a big belly. It does come to a nice fine tip in comparison to, like, this is the other mop brush that I have, which is a Jackson's mop brush size 6, and I really like this as well. And when it's wet, it does come to a sort of tip, but you can kind of see the difference in the shape. And I got a smaller version, which is the size 8 of the Pan Art premium mop brush, just so that I could have the two. I do also have another one which is a size in between them. I'm just catching up on the chat. What are we talking about? Which Astroglio, which one is meant to be panned? Which one re-wets nicely? Oh, you like stone ground gouache. I haven't used them. I haven't used them yet. I know they are I've heard quite a few people say good things about them. And then I have a bunch of drawing pencils in my cart. That's understandable. Well, I hope that seeing some of these colours has helped. If you were thinking about these ones, I kind of went for the brighter colours because I thought that would complement my colour palette a bit better and I would be more likely to use them. Creative colours, gouache is not meant to be used. I think, well, you know, with every art supply, people can use them how they want, isn't it? But if you ask me which one I prefer, it's out of the tube or wet. Yeah, so different strokes for different folks, I guess. Ooh, you're about to, oh yes, David, you're about to fill the Stay Wet palette that has 12 wells after watching the Sarah Burns video. I was tempted about it as well. They have really big wells, isn't it? If it's the one I'm thinking about. That would be nice as like a studio palette. Good night, watercolorist. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, MB Fleur. That's so nice of you. Thank you. The Turner gouache, I need to try it as well. And that's the thing, like if you want to, you certainly can. This is the palette that I take to go urban sketching, so it's not wet-ish. Some of the colours are wet and some of them are not. Whoopsie. But I found that when I put them inside the Stay Wet palette, I just use them more because I have them nice and easily accessible, ready to go. And yes, I know what I like. Yeah, the wells are huge. I think the wells are like a whole tube. It almost looked like it was the whole tube, if not half. Derwood. Yeah, exactly that. You know, different strokes for different folks. Because the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might not be right for some. Anyone else know the song I'm singing? The show it comes from? It's like, now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you might not be right for some. It's deeper than I can go. Da, 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 da. Lemon yellow. Different strokes, different strokes to them, different strokes through the world. Now, pale rose blush. Blush. Yes, Arnold. What are you talking about, Willis? A throwback. The show was called Different Strokes. Queen, magenta, and then Prussian blue. Winsor and Newton. Gouache. Exactly, Wildflower. No, of course I am. Different Strokes was my yeah, I used to wait, was it from older? I thought that we were watching it on time. Was I watching the reruns and I thought it was the original all this time? I think that's pretty much it for what I have. I did get more supplies, but I can't show them because they are for the Happy Meal in December. And if I can get myself together, then I will figure out what the Happy Meal is going to be for February and buy it early now that there are sales so that I can get it all done. Oh, it ran in the early 80s. Tina Davis. It's so funny. No way. I had no idea. I thought it was like the original. It was such a good show. What about the other show that has a similar vibe that had me wondering, was I watching the reruns or was I watching the real thing, is The Nanny. Do you guys remember with The Nanny? That's one I'd like to watch back, actually. My Winsor & Newton plus Daniel Smith gouache palette. Maybe that's why. You know, I just thought that they were trying to play like a different time. Like I thought, and also, I don't know, it kind of felt 90s-esque. The Nanny though felt like maybe it was either mine or Hey Mr. Sheffield. I can't even do her voice. It's so unique. Okay, now this is a do as I say and not as I do. And actually, you may. Don't spray it indoors. I don't even know if that's going to be enough. I'm just getting some paper in case it's not enough. Now everybody's got a different kind of story. Da, 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 da. Oh. Yeah, so The Nanny, was that 90s or... Was I watching the original or the reruns? Give Me a Break? I don't know that one. Bearing in mind, I was in the UK as well. I am in the UK, so I guess I won't have access to everything. A lot of the stuff that I had, I used to watch on this TV show on this channel called Trouble, and it was so good. It got cancelled eventually, but it was so good, and it had everything like Different Strokes. Was it Mr. Campbell? Coach Campbell? Something like that. What else? It had the Parkers. One on One, All of Us, My Wife and Kids. These are the TV shows that I grew up on. Oh, I was watching the original. Okay. See, so I would have thought that they were the same kind of generation. So I guess the clothes didn't tip me off at all. Did I do that? So this painting, I want to finish. I need to finish, or I need to give up on it. And if you're wondering, wow, how did you get that speckled look? This is what happens when you paint in the rain with gouache. Not something I recommend, but I want to finish it because look at this. Oh gosh, such a satisfying page. This is the autumn palette that I created. I've made a video that's edited if you're interested, but this sketchbook is almost finished. I have this page here, and even with this page, you know when it's the one that's kind of stuck and I don't want to, like, it's like this. I don't want to ruin this. So I don't know if I'm going to do that page, but basically I have I'm almost there is what I'm getting at. I'm almost there, and I need to finish this so that if for nothing else, I can take off this tape and move on with my life. So I'm going to change my water. Feel free to continue reminiscing. I'll be right back. It's the Parkers. Dang, mama. The Parkers had a great theme song, which actually reminds me of the Proud Family, because they also had a fantastic theme song. Oh. Just don't make shows like they used to. Oh, I loved Will and Grace. No, you know what? I went through a phase of also enjoying Friends, but then like I came in and out of it. It wasn't like my go-to show, but I was cool with it. So first thing is I don't like the speckled look, so I'm going to paint over parts of this. This is just to help me in my endeavor. Now this is, if memory serves, zinc white. So although it's all looking very white right now, if memory serves, it will start looking less white. And if it doesn't, that's okay. I can come back and add a little bit more blue to it. Hence the beauty of gouache and working in layers. Hey, Mr. Ogilvy. Nah, The Parkers is definitely not PC. It's the kind of show that wouldn't fly now. But you know, when you're watching it at the time, you're like, I had no clue. I was always rooting for Nikki, actually. Oh, hey Danielle, happy that you're here too. Welcome. We were just reminiscing on TV shows from the 80s and 90s. I don't even know what people watch now, to be honest. I've run out of TV shows, and I'm literally I can feel the hole that it's left in my life, which is wild to say, but it's so true. Thank God for Shonda Rhimes and her 22 seasons of Grey's Anatomy, because other than that, I really don't know what to watch. Yes, Agent XP. Sorry, I've already kind of shown. I swatched it out. I'll show you here. I swatched out the new materials that I bought right here. And now I'm just doing a gouache painting because I got rained on. I already wasn't in the mood to leave my house on this day, but I was like, you know what? It's good. Let me go to the park, and then if I feel like painting, I'll paint. And then it took me like 1 hour to set up my camera because I wanted to do a video, and then maybe 15 minutes into painting and recording, it started pouring down with rain, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I left, but as I was leaving, I saw a spectacular double rainbow. Like, it was so beautiful, so I wasn't mad at it. It still felt like a very good day. And you can see, remember when I put down the white, how it almost looked like really opaque and like this whole page was going to be white. But as it's drying, it's just getting less opaque. And that is zinc white, basically. Yes, great. No, I'm behind. Don't don't tell me what happens. But yeah, I love Grey's Anatomy. Although it is heavy a lot of the time. But it's just, yeah, I enjoy medical dramas. Maybe that's what I'm going to have to do, because Grey's Anatomy thus far was the main medical drama that I was watching. But now that I have run out of options, I may have to start watching others. I tried to watch The Resident, but it just seemed so crazy that it wasn't enjoyable. Yeah, and I know that Grey's Anatomy is far from real life. But I don't know, like their drama I can get behind. The Resident's drama I couldn't. Then what else was there? Oh, House, of course. I love House. Absolutely love House. Finished all of it, of course. Danielle, that is awesome. To know, like, oh, just time it against the you guys can know your anniversary immediately. Honestly, it's getting to the point where I can't believe it's been going on for 22 years, because that's crazy. Oh, see, I never really liked Amber's. I was okay. For me, it's like, it's the end. Like, you know, I'm not going to give spoilers, but it's the very end that I struggled to get behind. The Pit. I haven't watched The Pit, but I'm open to it. I should probably... I'll make a note. I'll make a note, because I'm not joking. I am desperate. I used to watch Night Shift, the TV show. That was nice. It's called something like The Night Shift, but it got cancelled. But that was like, I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. The medicine made zero sense, but for drama, great, great watch. I was wondering how far was I willing to watch this when I saw them put on 2 defibrillators, because like, we need double the power, quick, get the second one. I have never ever seen anything like that, but it was so good. No, medical shows are not medically accurate for the most part. What have I seen that has been? Yeah, you might. So Grey's Anatomy is kind of like, it has so much drama. So it's set in a hospital, but really and truly, it's not really about the medicine. And so what they're presenting cases and they're operating and stuff, but it's different. Like, it's more so about the lives of the doctors than it is. But then it's also about I can't explain it. But I don't know how much they rely on medical accuracy. Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say it's drastically inaccurate. The thing that's inaccurate in Grey's Anatomy is the ridiculousness of what is happening, in terms of like, if there's some sort of natural disaster or crazy scenario, it's happened in Grey's Anatomy. So it's the real life that makes no sense, not necessarily the medicine. So it feels very fictional in all respects. Whereas House, you know, I mean, he's picking, like, he's technically picking, like, the conditions exist and they're real in their presentations. It's just like the most random of like diseases, or the most random presentation of a disease. So like, it's technically true, but it's like seeing zebras in London, you know, like in theory it could happen, but why would that be the first thing? Or, you know, like, it's very random. Now, great for medical students, because like schistosomiasis, yeah, great. I need to know it, I need to revise it. Have I ever seen it in clinical practice? No. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that bit is ridiculous. Astroglow, yeah, that bit is ridiculous. It's almost like, for all these shows, right, when they show like the junior, I don't know, removing an appendix in A&E, like, you know, when they show things like that, that's completely far-fetched. And it's almost like they give the impression that all doctors can do all things. So if you're a doctor, you're also a surgeon, and you're also this and you're also that, which is not true. At least not in the West. I don't know about other places, but here, if you value your medical license, that's not the kind of thing you're doing. Also not the kind of thing you would get trained to do. So that bit, yeah, makes no sense. House doing surgery makes no sense. So yeah, they're not accurate, but they're fun, you know? They're fun. I need them to be far enough from real life that I can enjoy them, but also somewhat medically related, I guess. The Surgeon's Cut. No, I haven't. I try, you know, like the things that I watch. So I enjoy medical dramas. I enjoy crime dramas. Although I found with like not all crime dramas, I feel like perhaps the older I don't know, maybe is it an age thing? I don't know. As I'm getting older, I'm like, oh, actually, I want, like, you know, Criminal Minds, I can watch. Law and Order SVU, I can't watch. What else is there? Dexter, I tried to watch, but he just creeped me out. Like, he really just creeps me out, so I couldn't watch it. And I tried, I think 3 times, a few years apart. So I tried when I was in uni, and then I tried again a few months ago, and I was like, I just can't do it. And I only tried because I was desperate. And I was like, I just can't do it. Rizzoli and Isles, I can do that. That was great. I mean, not great in the... Oh, do you know what's a good one? Scorpion is a good one. And is it Scorpion? Yeah, Scorpion is a good one. Like a really nice, enjoyable sitcom to watch. Not sitcom, like crime-ish. Oh, and Leverage. Leverage is really good. Because It peaked in season 3. I can't. You know what? When the person, I don't want to give spoilers on Dexter. Um, when the person who knew what was going on was blown up in a cabin, that was my final straw. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I've tried. I've tried. He's creepy and now he's gone. So I can't do it. I need to watch The Good Doctor. I started watching it and then they went on like season break and I never went back. But I'm desperate, so I will go back and watch Shaun again. Actually, thank you, because that's promising. I did watch it. What did I miss? Who's creepier? April, what did you say? So many. That's the thing. So many people loved Dexter so much. I was like, I can do this. But I literally, I persevered through. That must have been season 1. No, season. I think I've got like season 2. Where's the ice truck? The ice. I passed that, finished that, passed that, and then where did I stop? After the ice, maybe the new season after that. I can't remember what happened, and I was like, I just can't do it. I can't. I've tried. Oh, I've been watching Matlock. I'm enjoying that. So I like law dramas as well. I enjoyed Suits, but then it was another thing of like went on season break and kind of fell out of it and then couldn't really get back into it. But again, I'm desperate, so maybe maybe it's time to revisit the old ones. I don't have a reference for this. I'm just trying to roughly remember the beautiful park that I was in, and also just using the painting as a rough framework. It's helpful to have the camera actually, because it's almost giving you that impression of when you look back at a painting. Yeah, the ice truck in Dex. Oh, that's the first one. Okay, after. No, but I find out who that is. Do you see what I mean? So that must be the second one. And I find out about like his past. And then there's the whole cabin thing. And then I was like, no. And I still kept watching past that actually. Then there was like the. Oh, what's his name? Angel. And I don't think she's the captain, but you know. And I was like, what is this? Why is everything so far-fetched? And but yeah, so The Good Doctor's on my list. Matlock is great if you like law dramas, as is The Good Wife. I loved The Good Wife. Oh, I also loved Scandal. I know it's kind of, you know, trashy TV, but it was very, very entertaining and something to look forward to every Thursday. Oh, I can't believe that what I watched was the peak of the show. Oh my, there's so many. But I think I tried Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I didn't really get into that. I watched like the first. I watched it the first time. We must have been teenagers, no, when it came out. So I watched it then, and I kind of liked Angel, but then I don't know. I watched, in terms of vampires, I watched Twilight. I read all the books. Um, Apparently something that the people who made the movie didn't do, but I enjoyed that. And then, oh, I didn't watch the originals. Again, something that I contemplated, but then when I watch like witchy stuff, I just don't like it. So I think I watched the first episode and then I gave up. No, I haven't watched that one. An Angel. They were together, no? Yes, yes. Scandal was amazing with when it was like Olivia was actually the fixer. Really made me think like imagine being that type of person where you just handle any and all, like your problem solving skills are unfathomable. You just handle any and all situations unwaved by anything. I loved that. And then to be fair, I watched it all the way to the end. All the way. Now, did it get a bit crazy? Did it lose its spark? Yes, unfortunately. I can't think of many shows that didn't go downhill before ending, apart from the ones that were cancelled too soon. Lie to Me was a good one that I didn't want to end, and that was cancelled too soon. Leverage, I don't know if it was cancelled or if it stopped, but that one ended too soon. Let me put this here actually, so I'm not going across the screen all the time. Oh yeah, I watched Lost, and I stopped watching when I was fully lost, and the writers were too. I was like, what is going on? I don't even. But I remember, was it not Sila? What was his name? Was it not Jack? Jack was the medic. Jack I kind of found a bit annoying. Who was the other guy with the blonde hair? I liked him. I felt like he was misunderstood. Yeah. I also watched like season 3 of Lost. I got quite far with Lost, I'm not gonna lie. With the other people and that, like I got quite far, and then the lottery with I can't remember any of their names, but I did get quite far. And then I also really enjoyed Agents of Shield, and I bring it up because most of the time that I watch TV shows, I know where it's going. There's not many shows that I don't see twists and turns coming. Prison Break was one where some of the twists and like had so many twists and turns, like so many that at a point I wasn't seeing them coming because I wouldn't understand how one show can have so many twists and turns, if that makes sense. So that one fine, but Agents of Shield, when there's like a plot twist, when I say I was shocked till this day. Part of me is still waiting for them to kind of like do a rerun or, you know, bring it back and be like, actually, we were joking, like that didn't happen. Wildflower. Mostly you just watch Sketches.n.Scrubs. Me too, actually. In light of watching less TV, I have been trying to like create more and make more interesting videos. In part, I was like, I don't know, I went through a phase where I was just feeling so bored. So I was like, I don't want to do the same videos as always. I want to try and do something different, something new. Just felt very bored. That's in part why I did the artist confessions, actually, because I'd had the confessions for ages, but I just hadn't got through to them, to doing that video. But then I just had this overwhelming sense of boredom, so I was like, oh, well, I want to do something different. That's different. That was entertaining me to read it and go through it. Mm. Yes, I know. Oh, another one that's good. Sorry, random is what's his name? Oh, Preacher? No, Preacher. Reacher. Reacher is good. I hear that there are books. I didn't read the books. I just saw it on TV and I was like, cool. And I binge watched it and finished it. I think that's the other problem I have. When I have a show that I like, instead of being like, oh, I'm just going to moderate and watch one a week, I just watch the whole thing as quickly as possible. Who's moderation? I don't know her. I'm so glad, Astroglio. Charting done. House admin done. I can say the same thing about you, actually, because honestly, I think, not even I know I was more productive thanks to you suggesting the co-working sessions. And initially, I was like, when I made the short talking about creating more, I was just referencing the fact that I create more because of our membership, just because we're talking about art, or I'm doing a live stream, or we're doing a Zoom session. So naturally, I just end up creating more. But when you suggested, like, oh, can we do the co-work? That was super helpful. And that is why I know it's not clear anymore, but a clearer desk. And this, like everything here, I have a space to put it later. So my desk is actually clearer and freer. And I've got stuff done, and I started recording my next video, which I needed to do. So all of that is very good. Very, very good. I'm going to do another co-working session tomorrow, God willing. I've left the link for it in the description in case anyone wants to join. And it's going to be fun. I'm doing them on Zoom because, I'm playing my own music. I'm playing music, not my own. I'm playing music and can't do that on YouTube without risking my whole channel getting deleted. So off to Zoom we go. I can't actually quite remember what was here in the picture, but it's going to be some plants in my painting. Maybe I'll bring it even further down, like that. What did I miss? No, Sienna. I can't even imagine that. I think I would just have to not watch TV. Because how do you even remember what happened? Or you just give up and watch the next one. To be fair, obviously everything is like quicker and more instant now. But when I was younger, it was a thing of, or maybe it was a thing, but I just didn't watch the reruns. As in, like, you watch it on TV, you had to know what time the show was coming on. You couldn't, I didn't have a VCR, so I couldn't record it. So if I missed it, I missed it. That's it. And you used to have to, like, get the TV guide to know exactly what time. And also if it was, like, at the same time as somebody else wanting to watch it, tough luck. You can't watch it. I'm thinking, I had internet when I was younger, but couldn't use the internet at the same time as the phone. Older than Google, which seems crazy to think. I'm wondering if this thing here is serving me in any way, shape or form, but it's there anyway, so I guess I'll leave it there. It was there in real life. I'll just go over parts of it. Like that. And then go over with the brown later. Also, the thing that I loved about this was that there were like pops of red and orange, which I haven't really included. No, a superstore. I don't know superstore. Or maybe... No, I don't know. I was thinking about like the TV store where you had to like run in and buy stuff, but I don't think that's the store you're talking about, the show you're talking about. And even then, I can't remember what that was, but I wished I'd got the opportunity to play it. Can you imagine in an art store where they're like, okay, you have, I don't know, even 5 minutes to run in and grab what you want? What would I get? Okay, I would get the... I'm thinking I'd have to go for sets because time is of the essence. So I can't... I can't like go and tip over the whole rack. So if I'm thinking of sets, then... the sets that come to mind, and that's just because they do the big sets, would be Sennelier set of 100 watercolors, because they do their... Is that their full range? I know they have the set of 100, so I would go and get that straight. And then I would also get the Holbein gouache full set. Who else does full sets? Gosh, would it be just them? No. Or maybe that would be just them. And then for the rest, I'd have to do individuals. Daniel Smith, throwing the whole thing in my cart. Just like tip over the shelf. Roman Schmull, tip over the shelf. What else would I get? Be limitless. I don't know why, like now I'm feeling the pressure, like I need to figure this out. Should it ever happen? Which of course it wouldn't, but still. Good to be prepared, yeah. Girl Scout motto. Wildflower, just drag out the entire Daniel Smith rack. And then grab the brushes on the way and just dump the case into the cart. Yeah, I would have to get... I'm just wondering if there's anything else, anything that would be essential. Like, would I be... I think I would have to go for paint, because at the moment, like, you know, I can get paper later and it's heavy and whatever. If I could get any paper, yeah, I feel like paints, I would go straight for paints. Especially the way that everything, you know, that they're costing now. I just need to... And I guess I'd get the Winsor & Newton gouache, get the whole Daniel Smith, just whatever it says Daniel Smith, get it. Everything Roman Schmull, get it. Get the full set of the Sennelier watercolors. Get the... What else would I need? Thinking. I'm just wondering, like, if I had... Does that mean that if I had a lifetime supply of those brands, I would be happy? Like, that's it? Wouldn't need anything else? No. I want to try the Schminke gouache, because I've heard great things. And I have a few tubes. But I feel like they might be one that once I try them, maybe I would say, that would be nice to have a solution to my problems. and be like, okay, cool. Schminke gouache for the win. Forever, ever. Sorry. Soft pastels. Well, just destroy the whole thing. Put them in. I like with soft pastels, I would get a few, like if the Unison, what's this thing called? Is it landscape set? That's like £78. I think they're having a sale now, so I was looking at them. So I would get like the landscape set or the big set. But that would be after I made sure I got the watercolors. And the gouache. Oh, yeah, and the gouache. It would be in that order. I wonder if, would I get sketchbooks before? Yeah, I think I would get sketchbooks before soft pastel. So it would be watercolor, gouache, sketchbooks, sheets, watercolor sheets maybe. Although, like, it takes me forever to actually cut them down. What I would rather have is just a lifetime supply of sketchbooks. Oh, blocks. I'm really enjoying using blocks. Welcome to the question no one asked me, and yet here I am. making a mental wish list for the game show that doesn't exist. We should pitch it to Jackson's. What are you thinking, Catherine? What things are you going to get? Because I think Winsor and Newton would be way more affordable here than it is in the US. And I say that for the gouache, the designer gouache. But then again, core. I would get core, especially like if this is like a anything goes, because I enjoy core, but they're so expensive here. How's this random painting going? I just wanted it to be done. Do you know what I mean? So that I can take off the tape and move on with my life. Yeah, that's exactly. So the show that I'm thinking about, Goods and Heroes, was, I think it was adults, but the same premise: run through the store, grab what you want, and you keep everything you grab. I would honestly be so happy. They should do a game show like that for artists. But would it appeal to, yeah, honestly, would it appeal to anyone apart from artists? I feel like yes, because ultimately it's like a game show and people enjoy game shows. And then, art supplies are expensive. Like, it would be such a popular show. I don't know who has the pull to make that happen. Maybe we can, Theo Pafitis owns Ryman's and London Graphic Centre and is also one of the dragons on Dragon's Den, which is similar to Shark Tank. So maybe that's something that someone should gently pitch to him. Because it could be in London Graphic Centre, And that would be really good because their store has a lot of stuff, like not just art supplies either. They have a lot of Japanese stationery that's hard to get elsewhere. They also have Golden in store, which most places in the UK don't. Golden, I don't think they had core. I haven't been there in years, to be fair. They didn't have core, but they had Golden acrylics in store. At the time, I didn't know the significance of that, just that I didn't see it anywhere else. And now I'm like, oh, I like Golden. That's true. In my imaginary store, they have Roman Schmall, but I guess in a real store, we don't have them yet, so it would be tricky. But yeah, like the whole like Daniel Smith, the gouache, the watercolor, get in my basket, the whole thing. Yeah, to be fair, again, this is years ago, so I don't know if they've changed things. But when I went there, they had a lot of like a lot of watercolor sets, but not a lot of watercolor open stock colors. So they didn't have, yeah. So the collections were they were good, but they were a bit odd. So it was a few Winsor and Newton watercolor sets, a few, like lots of different Cotman sets. Do you see what I mean? But not core individual. They had I can't fault them. They had more supplies than most art stores in the UK, because Cass Art doesn't have, or didn't, I think they do now, but at the time they didn't have golden. And, or did they? Maybe they did actually. No, I can't remember. Maybe they did, or it was, I just remember seeing more brands than I had in other places. Online, quite a lot of stores have a big collection, but in person, it's quite often a little bit limited. Just using some of that Moon Glow. I used it on the path, so I feel like I need to use it in other places in the painting, so it kind of makes a bit more sense. To grab, Wildflower says it would be nice to grab a giant round porcelain palette with a lid. Oh, like the Meaden ones. That would be nice. Wondering what else I would grab. It's getting to that point, and I know it's like, oh, well, of course, but it's getting to that point where I'm like, oh, I feel like I have everything, or most things that I wanted and I needed, and thus is just when it's got to that point where I'm just buying, like, topping up on supplies that I already have and I already know that I love and I want to use. So I guess that's why the hauls are getting smaller and fewer and far in between. And why, yeah, because I'm like wondering what is it that I would be really, really tempted by. And other than getting the full ranges of the supplies that I already know I love, what else would be on my wish list? I say that, and then part of me is still waiting to see what comes up on Black Friday. I did buy some supplies from the Black Friday sale, the early Black Friday sale. It's linked in the description. I tried to resist, but I could not. I could not ignore a few things. One was like the watercolors, like I said, that are going to be for the Happy Mail, so that's technically not for me anyway. Then the other thing was the acrylic gouache by Holbein. Like their set was so, like it was so reduced, I couldn't not get it for future me, you know. I don't know if I'm liking what I'm doing to this painting. And to be fair, the only way was up because I didn't like it when I started it. In part maybe because of the rain, in part because I don't know, just didn't. I keep feeling like I have a better sense of how it's going when I look up at the camera and I can see like what it looks like from far, because then I just get to see the big shapes as opposed to the details. But honestly, it's just one where I just want to finish it. I just want to be done, because I want to finish the sketchbook. It's a weird feeling. Yeah, I got Wartsman's Neocolor oil pastels. No, I think I'd be safe from them. I still want to try Holbein gouache. Yeah, that's the thing, Gods and Heroes. For me, the paints are nice and they feel good, but also like the price is a lot higher for us. Well, even more so for you, but it's a lot higher for the West than it is in the East. and I feel like the price, I'm saying that to say that it's got a high price because of like all the imports, as opposed to, do you see what I mean? So like quality wise, it's good and it's comparable to other brands, but the reason that it's so much more expensive is because of the exports and whatever trade agreements, whatever, as opposed to like it's artist gouache. Does that make sense? So it's not artist, the light fast one, it's the designer gouache, and it's priced accordingly in Japan. And then here, the prices are wild. Not wild. I think that in the US, they're definitely a lot more ridiculous. And okay, I get it. It needs to be transported and da. I'm not saying that it isn't without reason, but I can see the difficulty, which is why when I saw the deal, I just bought it. Although it's acrylic gouache, what I really want is their normal gouache. I really enjoyed that. What am I doing here? What is going on here? There we go. Just maybe let me just simplify it a little bit. Yeah, I think a lot of the... Hey, Aisha. Sorry, I feel like all my live streams are very random. You are welcome. I'm glad that you are here. But yeah, a lot of the stationery and art supplies and everything that are made in Japan are quite inexpensive in Japan, fairly priced in Japan. Now, there are many reasons to go to Japan. Buying art supplies is most definitely one of them for me. To the point that I remember when the Holbein granulating colours came out initially, they were so expensive here. They're half price, by the way, at the moment on the early Black Friday sale. But yeah, so they were so expensive that I literally looked up flights to go to Japan. I was like, maybe this is what it's come to, and I just need to go to Japan, have a wonderful experience there, but also just buy the art supplies. The cost was too high. So it was too high to fly. Otherwise, I would have just gone there and bought it. It was getting out of hand. It's like I might as well get a holiday out of it rather than just paying it all in shipping. So anytime that I see really high shipping fees, that's what I wonder. Is it just cheaper for me to go to the country and have the experience at least, rather than paying for shipping? There's this easel that I really want in the US, and the shipping is more than the easel. So I just can't bring myself to do it. Every so often I look and I'm like, oh, maybe I can. And then I'm like, no, I can't do it. I don't know why it's so expensive. As in like why the shipping is so... I don't think the easel's that big, but I'm guessing maybe it must be, and that's why the shipping is astronomical. Art retreat in Japan. Can you imagine? The one stipulation, come with an empty bag. And get ready. How wonderful would that be? And I would say like, oh, one day in is it Sakaido? The art supply store? Come prepared. I think it'd be a pretty good trip. You never know. It's funny, I can say that I am tired of this painting, but I'm still adding details. Because I do like the way I feel like what I'm adding is helping. Some may disagree, but, but I feel like it's going in a good direction, and the more I'm adding, the better it's getting. So we continue, we persevere. Yeah, I know. Bye, April. You know, my sister does want to go to Japan. So maybe we will. I don't think we do it next year, but never say never. Cause I'm always doing like random spontaneous trips. They tend to be in Europe. You know, it feels a bit wild to be like, oh, okay, I need to travel. Let me leave the continent. That for me takes a little bit more planning, even for me. So, and I'm not much of a planner, which is why I've only gone to Asia once, and that was Thailand. That was wonderful. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll ask her, and if she wants, we can plan and go next year or the year after. That's the thing for me, though. To plan something for the year after seems, kind of crazy. It's so far. But next year isn't, I was looking at my. Normally, I wouldn't plan things that far in advance, but because of the retreats, I had to. Which seems. It's a good problem to have, but it seemed crazy. I had to like go through my calendar and be like, okay, so I'm traveling here on this date, and I'm traveling here on that date, and I need to block off this time, and I need to block off that time, and I'm working on this date, and I'm, doing all of that. So actually, as I'm saying, maybe we'd go next year. I know that there's technically only one point in time where I would be able to do that. Otherwise, can't go. Anyway, I'll let you know. I say all that, but I am still spontaneous. If I were to see like a flight to Japan for tomorrow, well, not tomorrow because I'm working, but a flight to Japan for £100. If I'm not working, I'm there. Prep or no prep. Hey Jude, welcome. Yeah, I just wanted to share some of the. To be fair, I just wanted to spend time with you. And then I thought I would share some of the supplies that I had bought that, in theory, I need to make a video on. But I don't know, like, it takes me a while to make them. And then two, I don't know, some people, art halls seem to be a love it or hate it kind of thing. So I don't know if it's worth investing my time in making them. Or if I should make other videos. But I love watching art hauls as well. But obviously, I also want to primarily encourage you to create art and enjoy all the wonderful supplies that you already have. Let me add more brown here. It's very helpful to look up at my painting and see how it's going. Whatever video sparked joy in me or in others. Yeah, I think that's a good way. This is going so far. A good way to approach it. But I also think I can't just rely on. How do I explain it? sometimes I don't want to make videos. So I can't just rely on what I want to make, because I would make nothing. and what drives me to make videos is videos that I think people will enjoy and benefit from, if that makes sense. So a lot of the time, the videos that I'm making them for people who are watching, not for myself. The videos, I'm trying to think of the videos that I think that's actually the vast majority of the videos that I'm making. And then it will just be that some of them I will draw the line and be like, okay, I really don't want to make this. So even though people have asked, I'm not going to, because I don't want to. I hope that makes sense. But if it's just videos that I don't know what kind of, I feel like I enjoy live streams the most, because we get to chat live. So I really do enjoy them. But I'm wondering, should there be a leg here? Maybe I'll do one down here. Yeah, so I enjoy live streams the most, but live streams kind of hurt the channel. So it's bittersweet, you know. I enjoy it, but it if I keep doing it, there won't, you know. How long will we have a channel? Not that long. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I enjoy watching art hauls, and I guess I enjoy making them as well, so maybe I should just make them. But also I want to encourage people to, oh, that's my tummy, can you hear it? I want to encourage people to just enjoy creating art, you know. I feel like my life was so much better once I started painting, as a result of painting, and having this community, having something that I'm passionate about, seeing the world in a better light. Like, there are just so many benefits, and I just feel like everyone should know. Oh, Durwood, once you find one art, let me know. One pencil destroyed my luminance. It wasn't even, sorry, one sharpener. It wasn't even my sharpener, and it was a friend that was using it, and then they sharpened it, and I don't think they really know like that much about pencils, so they didn't really see anything wrong with it being split in such a ridiculous way. Where is it? Maybe it's not that bad, but for me, look at this. Is this, look, they gave it back to me like this, and I haven't sharpened it since. I don't really know what to do with this, as in to not make it worse. So my plan was to just use it as much as I could in case. I don't think the lead is broken, but yeah. I'm in need of a good sharpener, basically. Shall we add some details with the supplies that we bought? By we, it's the royal we, you know. Helix A5, Metal and Steady. Good night, Catherine. Rest well. Honestly, it was it was a friend. So I gave my pencil to a friend, and they wanted to use it, and they were like, oh, I need a sharpener. So another friend gave them the sharpener, and that's what it did to the pencil. And I was just like, I gasped. But then, you know, you don't want to be a cow and make someone feel bad. And they were also, I guess, perplexed, because they were like, oh, it's just a pencil. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. What happened? I was there. I saw it happen. And I thought to myself, I need to get a good sharpener and make sure this never happens again. Faber-Castell 9000. I do even have a mechanical one, but I just couldn't be bothered to plug it in. But maybe I just should, and that would make life easier. Normally I don't make it so mixed media, but it feels good to do so. Plus, like I said, I need to use these pencils. And I told myself if I don't use them up like significantly, then I'm not getting the rest of the colours. None of them are that urgent. I can't even really remember the other colours that are on my wish list. These were the main ones. And then I also have a lot of luminance. Well, not a lot. I have some luminance. I have some polychromos. So really and truly, I don't think I have many big gaps. It's growing on me. We're getting there. Or we're almost there, because I don't know how much more I've got in me. Ooh. That's pleasantly... Hold on. Can you see it here? As in, like, if I do it here, you can see. Or maybe not. When I go over parts of it, that's still wet. Maybe that's why. I need it to be totally dry, and then it shows up quite nicely. Less so if it's not completely dry. Like here is a little bit wet. Is this heather? Yes, it's heather. Did I use heather before? Just put some more colour. Oh, that line was abrupt and unintentional. I feel like I want lighter colours. I don't normally hold my pencil like this. I just don't want to block everything that I'm doing. Yes, the messy desk. Welcome. I hope you're feeling better. I was thinking about you the other day. Is it not? I will finish soon, but just wanted to add a few. Ooh, this is the opera. That's squash. I do love streaming. I think I just you know, like especially this year, that's one of the main things that I have been doing, not live streaming per se, but just spending more time with artists, and I really do enjoy it, and I think it makes such a positive difference. So I've like joined different art memberships. I've obviously traveled to different art events and gone to art festivals and conferences, and then obviously I run my own membership, and all of it has been really great. Really, really great. I went and I met up with Leslie Strauss and Helen Cryer, Melanie Chadwick. I've just really tried to make an effort to connect with more artists, and I've loved it. So although I do still think I am an introvert. I know it doesn't look that way. Maybe because I'm not shy. But as much as that may be true, I also think that there's something about being around people that really benefits me. Doesn't have to be all the time. But some of the time, you know, it's just so good. Drastic, I know, but I'm thinking, ooh, is that even the right colour? Don't know. But I feel like it made sense for the shadow to also be there. Anne Ford, hey Anne, I'm glad that you finished doing your 3 bags before you left the session. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that you just said that. Yeah, I saw before you left that you said that. Well, once you'd left, I looked back and I saw that you managed to do that. I'm glad. It was a really beneficial session for me as well. I was saying that I'm going to do another one tomorrow. I will once everyone left, I started playing my like gospel music. So I was like, oh, tomorrow I'll play my gospel music throughout and be productive because I need to do a video and it's one that's going to take quite a bit of time, so I need to stop procrastinating and actually get it done. Or I need to figure out what video I'm going to do for this Friday or this weekend, because if I don't sort it out tomorrow, I won't have time. I won't get it out in time. I want to like try and use a range of different supplies. Oh, this is nice. It's so... There's no way for you to really see it. Oh, I kind of like how it almost adds extra texture, almost makes it look like gravel, you see, or like a bit of a shadow. What I want, ow, hold on. That was my elbow that needed to be clicked. Just adding. Can you see how like a little goes a long way? I feel like true soft pastel artists would be looking at me gasping like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? I feel like maybe as I use this, part of me is wondering if actually I should get lighter colors, you know? Add lighter colors to my collection. Because I have a good range of the dark colors. But not many light. So maybe that's one to look into. I like how when you blend it, I think this orange would be too potent. But it is so potent. Ah, wonderful. Where I still got joy in chaos. I wish this was like more pink or purple. I've got peace that makes no sense. I'm gonna have to fix this whole thing, and by fix I mean, like, you know, add fixative. Yes, it is Messy Desk. It is the soft pastels. It's this one. Thank you, Anne. It was so nice. Oh, I can see. Hey, MB Flair. Yeah, just getting to create with others was really, really, really nice. I'm glad that I was able to meet them. And even then, like, the videos are just kind of like a glimpse of it, because it's so funny. You would think that, okay, we all, you know, have channels, we all do art, so of course we'll spend loads of time making a video or something, but instead we just like chat and had such a good time, and we're only able to get a few clips together, which I managed to put together into a video, but the vast majority of the time was just talking and painting, and even painting, like we were painting so slowly or just like hardly at all, because we're just talking. It was just very nice, very, very nice. Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's read them. So I didn't like this when I started, but now I do. It's a funny thing with live streams, you know, because you really, as in you watching, really have to trust the process. And I guess as do I, but you know, when I say I don't know where it's going, I'm not joking. At least this time I knew, okay, I'm going to start with an art haul, so there was some level of direction, which is unusual for me. Okay, I wanted to see how the newer color to compared with the newer art in terms of like the opacity, and it's quite comparable, the malachite to the jade. I quite like this. I think adding that shadow was a good shout. I wish I had like a lighter, oh, but I do, don't I? I have gouache. There we go. Oh, the neo art repels the gouache. Hey Linda, I hope I've said hi to everyone. I keep looking down and only looking up every so often, so if I haven't said hi to you personally, know that you are welcome. And if you asked a question and I haven't answered, please know I'm not ignoring you. Just ask again with question in caps at the beginning, and then I will be able to catch your message. I feel like, have I used every new supply that I got? The only thing I haven't used is the linden green, but I feel like this whole painting looks like it has linden green in it. You see, like if I add it there, does it pop out? No, because it's the whole painting. So it's not a waste because I'm going to use it. But it's good to know it's not a must-have for me. I'm wondering if I should take off the tape. I almost wish. I'm trying to think. Do I have really bright? I don't think I have a really bright soft pastel. The greens set. Yes, and we're going to do a gouache. Whoopsie. We're going to do a gouache paint along in December. You're not alone. Quite a few people asked for gouache, and I think David also asked for acrylic gouache. So in December, I'm going to focus on gouache. There we go. This is lighter. So, but in the meantime, I do have some gouache. Is it gouache or is it acrylic gouache? I'll have to have a look. I do have some gouache painting videos in the membership on Ko-fi. Yeah, there's definitely some gouache ones because I went through a phase of painting lots of seascapes with gouache, and so that's super bright. That's exactly what I wanted. And so there's at least one, I think, more videos of gouache, and then there's an acrylic gouache paint along as well, or series of paint alongs. From my gouache era, which I'm going to get back into. I always find it hard to pre-plan the months ahead because I'm like, well, it depends on what I feel like. But I do love gouache, so I do feel like I can bank on the fact that I will enjoy December and painting with gouache with you all. This started off as gouache actually, and then it turned into mixed media because I wanted to use some of the supplies that I've bought. See, I love the way they look and I love the way they behave, but I hate the way they feel on my fingers. You know, the more I paint, the more I'm like, oh my, this looked nothing like what I saw. You know, normally I'm like, well, I guess to be fair, I'm doing it from memory, so, you know, how accurate was it going to be really? We'll never know. If you ever find this spark, let me know. Also, I'm kind of curious about, reactivating these. Because we can. And I think if you reactivate, do you have to fix it? I feel like you wouldn't have to. It almost feels like gouache. Okay, I don't want to make that messy. But yeah, I think I'm done. Never letting anything go to waste. Also, oh no. Okay, wipe that off. Yeah, I'll have a look. I'll have a look as well, and I need to let me make a note of it on my to remember list. But and tomorrow I'm doing a gouache videos. Tomorrow I'm doing another co-working session with music and art, and you can art or you can do your own thing. So if you want and you were looking for an excuse, I'm going to be there. It might be a good excuse, good reason to come and dedicate some time to painting with gouache then. And then you can show us in the break and we can kind of go through it if you're looking for that extra push. Thank you so much, Aisha. Ooh. Durwood, I'm glad your order got here. Let me take this off. Oh, actually, what am I doing? We have a camera here, don't we? We can get a nice angle. Wait, am I just blocking the light? I am. The life of a... I don't feel like I'm doing it very well. There we go. This tape has been on here for weeks. So I am impressed that it is not ripping my paper. I may be speaking too soon, but so far so good. Also, why can't I work a camera? Okay. And last but not least, oh, it's tearing. Not the paper, but the tape. That's fine. There we go. Just in case you want to see some close-ups. Wait, where does it work? Here. Just loads of details, which are actually quite satisfying. And let me show you top-down view before I go. By the way, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. It does actually help with the video to do better and do well. But yeah, I really like it. And initially, I really did not. So I'm glad that it turned out good. Off stream, I will have to fix this. I use this fixative. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's what I have, so it's what I'll use. It is by Winsor & Newton, and it says, I think it's the one for soft pastels. Protects drawings from smudging. I think it is. Anyway, it's what I have, and it's better than hairspray, so. So, to summarize, this is what I bought. And then this is what I painted. Oh, I actually quite like it. I think there's something about the shadows and the colors that I really enjoy. It's a lot of fun. And this sketchbook is very nearly done. It's funny, this painting is from our draw something and pass it on session in Italy, which is so funny. And then this is from a live stream where we painted, believe it or not, this is a painting of somewhere in Bologna, but to like when I look back at it, it doesn't look like it's in Italy. But I liked it. Bologna live stream. And then I think this was a live stream as well. And then this is the Senelier haul, which is a separate video. And then this is from when I started doing the watercolor challenge. So I made 10 videos for my art members. 3 of them are up on YouTube for everyone to watch, and the rest are for art members only. This is one of them, talking about like the essentials of watercolor. So this whole page was about tackling water control. And then this one was about, I did a real-time video of this. If you want to paint it, it's on the membership as well. Then we did a session on color. That's where I did this and this and this and this in that video. Then exercises on tone. Essentially, that's all from the watercolor workbook. And then this is my Daniel Smith palette. And it's almost done. This is from the, the Daniel Smith autumn set. Undersea Green, Rose of Ultramarine and Aussie Red Gold. They were doing a live stream talking about it, and Ashley Hawkes was leading it, and it was really good. And initially I was just going to watch, but then I was tempted, so I quickly painted some leaves and just let the colours run into each other. And it's a really nice way of seeing the different mixes and the way that the colours work together. It's from a live stream. No, this wasn't a live stream. This was me painting for myself, both of them. I really like them. I really, really like them. I love this one especially. You will have probably seen me put pictures of it everywhere, because when I like a painting, I share it a lot. And then we have this bad boy. And there's something I love. I feel like this is leading me in. Like there's a lot of nice interest here, and this line leads me here. So I don't know, there's like a nice way about the painting. And then this is from the color workshop that I did, and I did it for free for everybody, but the replay is for members only. So if you're a member and you want to talk through warm versus cool colors, then you can watch the workshop, or you can also download the guide that I created that's for warm and cool colors. And then this is, sorry, I don't want to fold it because I don't want it to get messy. This is from the autumn palette video. That's the last video that I've made public for everyone on YouTube. Oh, all that to say, let me show myself. Can I? Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even say this is an Etcher sketchbook. It's an Etcher B5. Oh, look at that. Etcher B5 sketchbook. This is the one thing I hate about the sketchbooks, the covers. Everything else, well, the covers and this page, everything else I absolutely love. I love the paper. It's 100% cotton, and it's a cold pressed one, although their cold press is less textured than normal cold pressed, so be forewarned. But still, it's very nice. It's got enough, it's cold pressed enough that you can see granulation and you can see texture. But yeah, I've left everything linked in the description. If you'd like to join my membership, please do. If you're already a member, thank you. You're awesome. If you want to join the co-working session, feel free to join it tomorrow. It's open to everyone. I've put a link in the description, and I'll hopefully share a link tomorrow in the post. Hey Terry, I'm sorry, I'm just about to leave. I'm glad that you love the paintings. And Messy Desk, thank you for being here. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you all, honestly. You are so awesome. I hope you have a lovely day or lovely sleep if you're in my same time zone. And I will see you later on today, I guess. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I always get stuck as to where the bye screen is, but I found it. Okay, bye.